Welcome to Computer Series tutorial. In this tutorial we are going to learn about conditional statements or branching statements. Let's take a banking application. If we have balance, then it returns the money, but if we don't have balance, it gives that acknowledgement that we don't have enough money in our balance. How this is happening in the back end? In the back end there is a condition which checks your balance in the database and returns yes or no. If the answer is yes, then it does something, or if the answer is no, that is else, then some part of the program is executed. Let's see it in a flowchart. Let's take it a bank application. This is the start of the program. In this program, we just insert ATM card, then there is a condition. You enter ATM pin here, then it checks the database. If the pin matches the pin which is stored in the database, if it is yes, it has two branches, yes, it gives access to you. Otherwise, it just sends an acknowledgement that you don't have, your password is incorrect. Like that, we are going to check conditions in our program to make it interactive or usable by the user. This is simple program which checks a student mark. A student mark is made as 50. We have just declared an integer variable so that we can save or store some mark of a student. We have stored the mark as 50 in A. We are going to see what is the syntax of the if statement. If statement should be if, and there should be a bracket. Within this bracket you have to insert your condition, whatever may be the condition should be placed here, and if that is true, what should be executed within this opening and closing brace. The commands or instructions within this block will be executed if the condition is true. If the condition fails, then there is another part called else. If the condition fails, then else block will execute. You can have a number of statements that is unlimited in C. We don't need that anymore. In this program we have just stored 50 in A, and here is the if and a bracket and closing bracket. Within this we are going to insert our condition. If A is greater than or equals 50, then it should say, that is to print to the output screen that you have passed, else fail. This is a simple program. You just have to understand what is condition, how to make a condition for our purpose. There may be lot of stuffs you have to check whether it is right or wrong. This is a simple student's grade choosing program which can tell whether student is pass or fail. That's all. It checks if the student has scored 50, more than 50 or equal 50, then it just prints you passed, otherwise fail. Else part has no condition because it doesn't make any sense, because we have checked A equal to or greater than 50. We have checked the two conditions, 50 or more than 50. Then there should be only one answer, that is A less than 50. Then there is no need to put a condition here, and it is absolutely wrong. then else if a is less than 50, then it is going to print fail. Now we are giving just 50. Let's go compile and run. It just prints you have passed, you passed. Let's change it, change the input. Let's make it a 60. Let's see what happens. Again we are compiling and running. We get the same output because we have declared two conditions here to tell the statement, and make it just lower than that. If the student's mark is 1, compile and run, print the output exactly which we expected. That's all with the if else statement, and we can do much more with the statements. What we can do, we can input another if statement within this. If the student has more than 75, then just give printf. Awesome. We are giving awesome for students who have scored more than 75, and in the else part we are just going to print. For single line statement we have to create this block. We can have blocks here, but there is no need of block for a single statement. It will execute without any errors. To make it clear, we are just making blocks. If this is greater than 75, it first checks this condition. If the condition fails, then it immediately prints fail. If the condition is true, it comes in and executes this command, and in this if statement it just compares A and 75. If A is greater than 75, then it prints you are awesome. Else it fails, you have to terminate it with a semicolon, statement terminator. If it fails, then it should be greater than 50. I think I am making it clear. If it is greater than 50 and less than 75, it just tells you passed. Let's go and check the condition. Execute, compile and run. We have 1 as input, so you got fail. Let's make it as 50. Compile and run. It just gives you passed. Make it as 74. Compile and run. It just says you passed. 75, it just tells you passed because you have not included any equal symbol here. If you have included 75, then 75 must produce this output, that is you are awesome, but we don't need that anymore. Compile and run. Passed. We didn't change the output yet. Change it at 77. Compile and run. It should make this output, that is you are awesome. As we expected, all the inputs and outputs are exhibited. This is called nested if else. This is outer if, this is outer else, this is inner if, and this is inner. Likewise, we can do much more tough programming. One simple thing I have to tell to you, because you are going to learn programming. To learn programming, watching and reading is not enough. You have to do it by yourself with your own conditions. Just make this number something different, make it less than symbol without equals. You may try as many different conditions you want, so that you can learn and get better in your programming skill. This is the only way to develop your programming skills. That's all for this tutorial. Thanks for watching. Please consider subscribing us. If you have any doubts or queries, please comment here in the description, below the description. Thank you. We'll be waiting for your comments. Thank you.